I've done in a while, sorry. I normally make videos. Happy. Before then, I'm going to run through quickly how AI can be used in businesses, a quick run through of how to protect your business, which we've written in place. Basically, this morning going through or take the stress out of life, but more fun back into your work there. So, before I dive into what's already been used, I thought we'd look at a little bit of data. As of 2025, 35% of UK small businesses have fully integrated AI into their operations. The adoption rate is accelerating. This isn't just for big tech firms. Local businesses are seeing a 31% jump in productivity and a 23% reduction in operational costs. However, the skills gap remains the biggest hurdle for 67% of leaders. Today, we're going to help bridge that gap, but looking at a simple, high-impact implementation. Let's look at how this applies to our members. For solicitors, AI, like co-counsel, can audit massive leases in seconds. For our trades, imagine a client sending a photo of a job and AI drafting an initial quote before you've even got your van. Creative agencies use AI for generative ideation to skip the blank page syndrome. These are quick wins to buy your time back and reduce admin time. I'll share this across after the meeting, but each one of these cards flip over and tell you basically what you can be using and a rough prompt to get you started, how you can start using AI in business. It's not just the office where AI is making an impact. Now, personal lives as well. It is about safety and efficiency. Tools like Home Assistant allow for local first AI, meaning your data stays in your house and isn't always uploaded to the cloud, so you'll have some pressures. We're also seeing presence awareness in AI, but adjust lighting as you move around the house, adjust heating, and we'll play Netflix in different rooms as you walk around in different rooms. Also, with the latest AI and smart valves and stuff, we can also shut off water mains if you have a leak in the house. So water detection or a pressure drop, we can get AI to detect, but that's an anomaly. So at 2 o'clock in the morning, if you've got a water leak, you can shut the mains off and your house isn't full of water. The most critical section of AI and using it in business is the rule book. In the EBF, our reputation is the key. If our reputation is spoiled, we don't have business. With AI, you cannot just set and forget. A proper AI policy is built on 3 pillars: truth, which is your accuracy; lockdown, which is your security; and you, the accountability. These policies will shield against the risks of unmanaged automation, ensuring that every tool you use adds value, creating a liability. The biggest fear of AI is AI hallucinations. When a bot makes up a fact with total confidence, but you believe it, you use it, and the detriment to that is to lie. The solution is RAG, which is Retrieval Augmented Generation. Instead of asking AI to use its general training memory, we connect specific documents to the AI. So we can add your PDFs, your databases, we can add, if you're applying sheets for, say you're a lawyer and you've got your massive file of law cases, we can give that to AI to train against that document. So it's not just guesswork all the time. It only answers using facts that you are then provided to it. But even with RAG, we keep the human in the loop. AI is meant to be your intern. It does the heavy lifting, but an expert must always give the final sign-off, just to protect your liability. Pillar 2 is data lockdown. Under UK GDPR, you are the data controller. If you enter sensitive information into a public free version of ChatGPT, Gemini, anything like that, you have essentially leaked that data. Your policy must mandate the use of enterprise APIs. So any version of AI you pay for, whether you pay for Gemini Pro, ChatGPT Pro, they will have an enterprise version, that means that data does not get used for AI training. Any free version of these AI tools will use the data for training. Be transparent with your clients. Tell them you use AI to improve their service and show them the security measures you have in place to keep their data private. Next one is you. You are the accountability. As a business owner, you are the anchor. Professional indemnity insurance rarely covers advice given by an unverified AI. If the AI suggests a legal course of action or financial strategy and you sign it off, you own that outcome. Transparency builds trust. If you're using AI to draft reports or analyze data, tell your clients. They will value the efficiency if they know you are still the one making the final expert judgment. So what should your policy actually look like? It needs to be a living document. Start with an approved tool list. So make sure that all your AI generation is paid for services, not free services. Strictly prohibit client personal information in public bots. So no customer information should ever enter a free version of an AI service. Mandate a verification workflow for every fact. So make sure if you're asking it for a fact, you're getting a reference for that fact. If you ask it, I don't know, time in America, make sure that it gives you a website with time for America. Establish a disclosure standard for clients. So make sure that they're aware of what you're using AI for, what you're going to be putting into AI. Most enterprises are very good at telling you what they store, what they don't store. And obviously, again, that's your responsibility to be on top of it. Finally, appoint an accountability lead who stays on top of new AI developments. This isn't just about protection, it's about professionalism. As appointing an accountability lead means that they take the responsibility of any updates to AI, any updates to any policies with the AI, but you're aware before you start uploading price information into it. And very quickly, that is basically it.
Yeah.
There's one final point. AI is the ultimate force in your business. My advice is don't try and change everything at once. Pick one quick win, draft a policy, stay curious, have fun, but most of all, make sure keeping your data safe. Thank you. Any questions? Terry, go on.
It's like I mentioned last week, problem behind this is that my insurers, my indemnity insurers, are now going to ask when I renew it, what is your AI policy? And they expect to see a policy. So that's the reason I spoke last week. And they expect to see the sorts of things that Blake shows. So all of you should bear that in mind. Yeah, it's your work. Your insurer at some point is going to ask, so if you haven't got it, make sure you get one. If you haven't got one, see the man kit.
Yeah. I think you want to hear about it.
So we're using quite a bit of AI bots
Yeah.
already. We've got a subscription with ChatGPT.
Yeah.
But I'm wary of putting client data into that because firstly, there's nothing to trust. Secondly, if I delve in and do the due diligence on the data security of that thing, I'm not going to understand it.
No. Yeah, and this is where an accountability lead comes in place. Someone who does understand the logistics of what AI you're using. For most of us, being a small business, we're not going to have someone employed who's just doing accountability lead. It is going to be just, again, using AI to explain bits to you. AI is very good if you give it the correct prompts. It will help you out as much as it can. And you do just have to, obviously, make sure fact check everything you do. But for bits you don't understand, AI will explain it quite nicely.
I admire your confidence. The fact that I've stand myself.
Ask it for English.
Yeah, still.
So some of that, if you ask it to explain your sources and show me, and if you ask it the right questions, it really can help you to verify its answers it gives you.
Yeah. If you ask it for references, so if you ask it a general question, go 5 minutes, it might make it up. If you ask for, I want references for everything you return, it will give you websites and references to articles and stuff like that. So it's pretty good at, as long as you give it the right information, that's my privilege to bring it back. Joshua.
So my question about, what do they call it, agentic AI?
Yeah.
Because in my industry, we're being sold with architects. It's worth having an AI staff for different parts of the design process.
Yeah.
But then the trade team AI agents, and then, like the research basics, knowledge, all that sort of thing. So again, curious with your knowledge on it, man. What's your view on that? Like, I imagine the AI agents, they get given autonomy and just start thinking together.
Yeah, so most AI, so when I use most of Gemini, on Gemini you get form agents and you can tell them, design them to be whatever you want. So you'll give it you are a architect who works on £1 million+ buildings, these are the information you should be looking for, and you set that agent up for what you want it to be. So you're basically teaching that agent what it is. Are you talking about plan generation as well?
Well, so I guess not in terms of design.
Yeah.
That it's not ready for that.
No.
But maybe I might set up an agent as a planning assistant.
Yeah.
To the full read of planning data and make sure that I can pick up the key elements so that when I'm putting a design together, I know what the parameters are.
So most of them you get, when you set up an agent, you get to name the agent and you give it an instruction. The instruction will be that you are a planning consultant, we are in the Essex area, all the information you can give it to teach it for it to go, right, okay, I know I'm in Essex, I need to look at planning regulations for Essex. I know we work with £1 million+ houses, it needs to be flush. And the more you teach it, the more accurate it will be.
Okay.
But yeah, use agents, because if you just use a general chat, it will just be general information unless you teach it.
The full more info.
Yeah. Overlap.
So my ChatGPT Pro is locked down.
Yeah.
But if I'm discussing a plan with my car, with Grok, or way to a meeting, whatever, that's not.
No.
But I'm not uploading anything.
No, you're not. So if you're giving client name,
Yeah.
anything you say to a free version of AI can be used as training. And can be reviewed by a human. So you'll see, especially on Gemini, if you're using the version of Gemini, it'll say at the bottom, this chat will not be used for training and it will not be reviewed by a human. You don't get that luxury for free. So if you do put anything in about a client, a student, a member of public, a human you're in can possibly review it now. So yeah, just, unless you've got a paid Grok, just don't take any kind of information.
Thanks.
Cool.
Why do I say everything we say and do pretty much gets uploaded into social media anyway? Because you can be saying something to a friend or whatever, and then half an hour later it's on Facebook and you get that come through.
Yeah. So
if you want to be in clients, then actually all that information you're saying is going somewhere.
yeah.
And how do you protect? You're not picking on
Take the phone off.
Yeah.
Even it sounds really stupid and it's getting sort of away from AI a little bit, but it's not. Any device that is connected to a power source and has a speaker can be used as a microphone. Any device. So you have got to be very careful of what you are saying around the device, because obviously they do listen. Like you say something about, I don't know, I want a raincoat, 5 minutes later on Facebook, there's a raincoat fucking microphone. So everything in your daily life with a battery in it or a power source is listening. And there's nothing you can do about it. Unless you shut it off. But anything that you do say in this listen can be used here with AI training, like Scott said the other week. Your website can be used to train AI. You can AI your business, so you can be found via AI search and stuff like that. So that just shows that anything you put out publicly anywhere can be used for AI training. Even to the point that I could probably find 90% of you through AI search, and I find all your Facebook and social media posts. It's just totally whatever them.
Read too many dystopian novels to feel comfortable about this. It's terrifying. It's like 1984.
Yeah, yeah.
So my Alexa is basically a telescreen in my bedroom. Oh
Yes.
my gosh.
Yes.
I watched a TV show the other day. No, sorry, I watched a YouTube video the other day. It's next CIA spy talking about what they can do. And basically they would turn TV speakers into microphones. I was like, yeah, bullshit, you can't do that. I actually AI'd it and it told me how to do it. So you can take a non-powered dumb speaker, plug it into a microphone,
We keep them TV.
yeah. So
It's a good way to spy your kids.
yeah. But if you, it's quite scary.
Spying on you, actually.
Yeah. But it's quite scary. As well with this AI, it literally told me every step to get it to work. So you can literally turn the TV into one.
Can you send that word?
Yeah.
And what was its source? CIA?
But yeah, so the actual video is next CIA spy.
Right.
And he leaked the Vol 7 findings about torture and stuff like that, and that's what we're talking about.
Like, this might not be the best 10 minutes, although it's getting on that way, but it's perhaps the most important 10 minutes we've had and will have for the year. Thank you very much indeed.
Thanks.